A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of the SRM Institute of Hotel Management City Campus, Chennai, I extend a very warm welcome to one and all for our fourth webinar on the topic Culinary Experiences of Celebrity Chef. I am David Isaac, Head, Department of Hotel and Catering Management, SRM Institute of Hotel Management, Tangal, Chennai, and will be your moderator for today's webinar. A few words about the SRM IHM Group and our institution. SRM Institute of Hotel Management has completed 25 glorious years in which it has forged a path towards excellence in bringing students to occupy an eminent position in the hospitality industry. SRM IHM Tangal City Campus was established in the year 2017 with its world-class infrastructure. It has been awarded the Most Preferred Hotel Management Institute award from ASOCAM this year. This is a feather in our cap. SRM IHM is committed to actively raising the quality of life of every student. And we want all our students, irrespective of the caste, creed, or circumstance, to achieve the full potential. Our mission is to provide a practical step-by-step assistance. Now, I take this privilege and pleasure to welcome our Executive Director, the Celebrity Chef, heads, and the faculties of various institutes, colleagues, students, and all attendees. I now request our beloved Executive Director, Dr. D. Anthony Ashok Kumar, for Hotels and Hotel Management Institutes to address students online and give us valuable inputs to our students. He is also just a fascinating person, and we are all in our for a treat today. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming our Executive Director. Now, it is a great honor for me to introduce and a huge welcome to the distinguished speaker of this beautiful morning. By fans and followers across the globe, he is fondly known as the Prince of Chocolates and the Bombay Chef. Chef Varun Inamdar is a celebrity chef from Bombay and is a product of internet and TV. An household name in Maharashtra and beyond, he claims a reach of over 280 million viewerships and is one of the top 10 celebrity chefs of India. Chefs, we are on the live, but anyway, we give a big round of applause for your great achievement on this momentum.
Thank you so much.
Inamdar was born in Mumbai, then known as Bombay in 1984, and he has spent most of his life in city and studied in St. Xavier's High School. He has started his career 18 years ago as a dishwasher at Out of the Blue restaurant in Bandra. He has been always passionate about cooking as a child. When he was 8, he told his father that I want to become a chef. He told that I wanted to be like Martin Yan, the Chinese American chef who had several TV cookery show. It's called Yan You Can Cook. When Chef Varun studying at Rajshri College of the Hotel School in Bandra, he used to work at the restaurant after 7 in the evening. An alumnus of prestigious OCLD, Oberoi Center for Learning and Development in India, Chef Varun has been associated with most of the leading hospitality chains in the world for mainly 16 years. Here are the amazing facts about Varun Inamdar that who would love to know. He has served and cooked for Barack Obama, Narendra Modi, Pope Francis, royal families of Al Sabah, and main royal families of Kuwait, and celebrities like Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Sachin Tendulkar are also the fans of his cooking. He is a brand ambassador of Euclidean Cocoa in India. He has been a guest chef in the Master Chef India. He has a private gifting label called Barcode Artisanal Chocolates, which has 29 chocolates, which represents the flavors of 29 states of India. In 2017, he was conferred upon with a national award for his contribution in the field of cocoa by the Government of India. He is on the Guinness Book of World Record for making the biggest chocolate mud pie, weighing around 3,000 pounds, roughly around 1,360 kgs. And in the year 2018, his web show, Varun's Getaway with Rajshri Entertainment, is one of the top 3 in the world, and has been rated as the best food show 2018 on the web. Today, his work is available on Amazon Prime, Sony Live, and Netflix. He has executed over 230 masterclasses in over 60 cities across the world in 2017. Chef Varun Inamdar happens to be the first chef in India to have registered fan club in Gujarat. Normally, students have fan club for Rajinikanth, Vijay, but you are the only chef which you have a fan club. It's really a highly incredible chef. And at this moment, I also take immense pleasure and also welcome and my thanks to Mr. Manoj, the well-wisher and the friend of Mr. Chef Varun, who has coordinated to bring Mr. Chef Varun, the most celebrated chef, on our virtual online class because of him. At this juncture, we also thank your beloved friend and the well-wisher of your chef. And not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. It is told by Ratatouille. With this note, normally in all his show, he always uses with this note in Get Curried or Rajshri's entertainment. And with this note, now I request Chef Varun Inamdar, the most celebrity chef, to address the students on this great platform. I know you have been inspired by Jan can cook chef, but our students of SRM also will follow you and become one day the celebrity chef on this platform. Thank you so much, Chef, and I'm leaving it to Chef Varun Inamdar. Over to you, Chef. Chef?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Chef.
Okay, much better. You speak so well, David. Thank you so much.
We have been inspired by your speech. Actually, the last YouTube we saw about the filter coffee. It was an amazing explanation which you've. Yes, it was amazing. And I have also told my students, let's see, he has just explained the filter coffee, the mission, how it has to be done. It has to be top, what is the middle it is done. And we have been really inspired. And my students only told, please, sir, kindly catch hold of him. And one of my student has done a chocolate orange brownie, which you made with the silver foil and all this. Right. He has done it, and we will just show you the promo of it. Before that, I'll ask Madam to just play it for you so that we'll be really happy. Madam Stesha, you have that video? During lockdown, he has done it.
Yes, sir. Just give me 2 minutes. Yes, sir. Just give me 2 minutes.
Chef, you have to kindly excuse because this is done during the lockdown.
That's absolutely fine. Don't worry.
Chef, did you like it?
That looks so nice.
He has done the same presentation what he has done.
You're right. It feels nice that people kind of replicate what you do. And I think that's the biggest form of flattery. That's so nice. So nice of all of you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, why I agreed to do this, which is very important, is because I love interacting with students, because students are the mirror of your future. It's very important because they are, in a way, in their formative years. And all of you, whoever is listening to me today and has taken the time out to kind of hear me out, it's very important to, uh, you know, keep interacting, because then you know what's happening in the industry. You know what's happening with the students, because that way, you know, you can also kind of keep refreshing things, and you can also kind of, you know, keep catching up on times, because that's when you know the mentality of the students across the globe. So for me, this is a learning opportunity more than you would take this as an opportunity. So let me thank you for giving me this opportunity to begin with.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I started 18 years back, like how David was speaking about, and I had a very humble beginning. I wanted to buy a cookbook called Larousse, and I'm sure all of you have a Larousse already with you. The only difference is I did not want my family to buy the Larousse for me. I wanted to earn it for myself, and I'll also tell you why I wanted to buy it. It was not an ego trip, or it was not about possessing that book. It was not about having that book, but it was more of an effort, because the college that I was studying in, I was studying at Rizvi College. In that college, this book was in the library, and it was a very expensive book. It was for 7,500, if I'm not wrong, those years.
Yes,
and this book, I don't know what the price is today. David, do you have any idea what the price is today?
Yes, now it has come to the Indian version of 2,500 rupees, which is available in Landmark.
Wow. Wow, that's so nice. So lucky the students are. So,
Exactly.
you know, because it was 7,500, I got a little embarrassed to ask for that kind of money from my father. But you know, when we used to go and sit in the library, I used to just keep reading books. And we also had a library card in college where we could take a few books home, and we could refer to them, and you know, we could submit them back after reading. Unfortunately, Larousse was not one of those books that you could take home. So I requested my librarian. I said, listen, I can take care of the books. I can keep them well. I requested my principal, but it didn't help, because they said, no, I'm sorry, this book cannot be taken home. So that's where I, you know, thought of buying the book. And because, you know, the book was so expensive that time, I earned for almost a year. I worked as a dishwasher. I went to this restaurant and I asked for a job. Unfortunately, they did not have a job for me. The only job that they had for me was in the pot wash, which is in the dishwash area. So they thought, you know, I come from a very good family. I may immediately say a no and I may just walk out. But I didn't choose that. I chose to work there. So I started working in the dishwash area, which I thought was a very, very, very comfortable area to work in, because, you know, it becomes very easy to kind of pick up jobs from different sections of the kitchen. Now, I remember the restaurant was a fondue restaurant. Now, fondue is a very, you know, typical Swiss specialty where you kind of melt cheese and you dip in vegetables and bread on a fork and you kind of eat them. Now, in Mumbai, or if I could say in India, that was the only restaurant serving fondue. It was a fondue specialty restaurant. So I picked up how to make a fondue in that restaurant, because I used to stand in that one corner. I used to set that angle of the vessel in the pot wash, and I used to keep scrubbing it, and I used to keep looking in the entire kitchen. So much so that after 15, 20 days, I remember, if I'm not counting any days less, the guy in that section did not appear. He bunked. And the restaurant was, of course, in a chaos, because it was a fondue restaurant and he was the only guy who kind of knew how to make fondues. So I raised my hand and I said, you know, I would like to make fondue for the evening. So immediately the owner looked at me and said, sorry, but you're from a college, you can't do this. So I said, no, sir, but I know how to make it. I've been seeing this guy. So the owner said, why don't you make a portion for me? So I made a portion for him, and he was shell shocked that I could pick it up in a pot wash area. So that's where I got my first opportunity of handling a pot on the cooking range. So that's where, you know, it started kind of building up. And after this opportunity, after I worked for almost a year in this restaurant, I made the kind of money that I wanted to make to buy a Larousse. I started working in different hotels, different restaurants for exposure. Now, why I'm telling this to you is because by the end of 3 years, where my batchmates had possibly one industrial training certificate, I had 12 of them. And that kind of made it very interesting for me to get through the interviews, because they thought, oh my God, this is a boy who has worked at 12 different places, who comes with experience of 12 different places. Now, I kind of use that to my benefit. So that's learning number one for you. That you guys need to first understand how to take care of your flaws and how to convert those into your strengths, which is very, very, very important. Can you hear me? Am I still with you?
Yeah, Chef, you're still with us.
Yes, Chef.
So this is learning number one. Now, when I started working with the Oberoi group, now, why did I get through the Oberoi group? How did I get through the Oberoi group? Why Oberoi out of all these hotels and all these wonderful restaurants? Did I choose Oberoi or did Oberoi choose me? That was a very big question for me. It began with me choosing the Oberoi before the Oberoi chose me because of several reasons. Oberoi in those years was the first hotel chain that used to come to any college, any school, any hotel school, and they used to skim the best of students, like the creme de la creme, as we call it. A lot of students in my senior batches used to get very dejected. They used to get very demotivated because they could not get through the Oberoi group. That, in a way, instilled a very different mindset in me as a student. And I ensured that I wanted to get through this by hook or by crook. I created it as a matter of my ego, that I wanted to get through this. Now, what did I do for this? Did I go through books and did I learn and did I mug things up or did I parrot things? Nothing like that. I just went and behaved as myself, which is something that is very important for a student to understand. What does an interviewer look for in an interview? They don't look for worldly knowledge. They don't look for you to mug up books. They're not looking at you to parrot answers. If I ask you, what do you understand about lettuce? An interviewer does not want to know about 500 types of lettuce in the world. Remember that. All they're looking for is confidence. All they're looking for is basic knowledge. All they're looking for is to understand whether you have understood what the question is all about or no. And OCLD is all about that. OCLD is Oberoi Center of Learning and Development. It is all about that. And it's very important for you to understand this. As students, it's very, it's a very difficult phase that you are in today. But also let me tell you that you are very well taken care of because the college takes care of everything. They're teaching you, they're giving you an industry to become a part of, they're giving you a pedestal to be a part of. They are in a way parenting you. They are your parents, remember that. And a parent will never think ill about any student, about any child. This is something that is very important for you to understand as a student because you don't understand this. You will only understand this when you're out there in the open, when you're there in the industry, because that's where you'll understand that you are very well taken care of in the years in a hotel school. Because your parents will take care of you to a certain level. Your teachers will take care of you to a certain level. But once you're in the industry, you're in the industry. Then there's nobody to take care of you. You are there out in the sun, in the rain, swimming in the ocean all by yourself. So remember that. Make the best of the times that you are in today. How much ever you don't like your teachers and your parents, but we've all gone through those phases and there's nothing to shy about it, right? OCLD happened. I got through that. Started working with the Oberoi group. Somewhere down the line, my boss, Mr. Oberoi, kind of realized that I could speak well, I could connect well, I could cook well with everybody. Even David said a few minutes back that, we don't look at caste, creed, we don't look at a social standing, we don't look at a stature while we are wishing for a student to do well. Similarly, in the industry, there's no caste, there's no creed, there's no stature that you're allowed to look at or you're even supposed to look at, because this industry is for all. It's for everybody. As a chef, you are supposed to cook for everybody, whether it's a beggar on the street or it's the president of the United States of America. You're supposed to cook for everybody, yeah, without any prejudice, without any bias, which is very important. When I started cooking with the Oberoi group, I was given the opportunity to cook for possibly the biggest of people on the planet. It could be Barack Obama, Nicholas Sarkozy, Vladimir Putin, Angela Merkel, Pope Francis, Narendra Bhai Modi, Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi, Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, you name the people, I've served them all. But when I've served them with equal flair, without any bias, without any prejudice, because that's what makes the difference. Eventually, what a guest is coming to you for is an experience, is food, which makes it very important. Well, in today's times, in the COVID-19 times where we all are kind of working from home, we are studying from home, we are learning from home, it's very important to adapt ourselves to the workings of the industry, because these are the times which are going to stay for a while. These are the times which are going to change the industry completely. Suddenly, we're going to start cooking in a a mask. Suddenly, we've all started cooking with gloves. Earlier, all these were only retained for your butchery or your commissary or your cold kitchens. But now we have somebody even at a tandoor who's working with a mask, right? So, these are things which are going to, be prevalent. They're going to be there for a while, and they're here to stay. They're not going to change at all. Now, when I started working in the industry, I always wanted to work for the television. I always wanted to work on TV. Now, why am I saying this? I am saying this because I had a dream of working on the television. And I fulfilled the dream. I made sure the dream kind of worked for itself. Now, it's very important as a student to have a milestone charted in front of you. You should exactly know what you want to do in life. You just cannot be thrown in the industry to do anything, because that's not what you are. That's not what you are wanting to do. You should have a dream. And this is a dream which is going to define your career. It's going to chart it for you. It's going to map it for you, which will make it very interesting, which will make it very intriguing, which will make it very exciting, because then you exactly know what your goal maps are. When, in the industry, when you eventually start working, you will have appraisals, which will be conducted, towards the end of your working year. It's very embarrassing that someone actually tells you what you did right and what you did wrong. And there's nothing right about it. There's nothing wrong about it, because everybody does not have a thinking mind that others would have. But still, it's very important to kind of mark what you want to achieve. Like, I was very clear when I started working with the Oprah hotels. I was very clear what I wanted to do. I wanted to end it as a trainer. I wanted to become a teacher, because today I don't see the television medium for me as a glamorous world. I see it as an extended teaching opportunity for me. Like, David rightly said, when I even did the filter coffee video, a few episodes back, if you see the video, it is a training module. If you see How to Chop an Onion by Varun Inamdar, it's a training module, it's a cooking module, it's an education bit. If you see possibly some of my most popular videos, like say a butter chicken or a biryani or a tandoori or any of those videos for that matter, it's a training module. You can see how to chop an onion, you can see how to cut a potato, you can see how to cut a tomato. Now, the difference between my videos becoming so popular is because every video will teach you something. Every recipe will teach you something. When I teach a recipe on the internet or on television, to begin with, I take education modules in 4 languages. I take it in English, Hindi, Marathi, and Gujarati, which makes me the only chef in the country to have cooking shows in 4 languages. Now, because training or education is my bit, because I like it, I like to make every video of mine interesting. I like to make it interactive. And I think that is the way or module that I want all of you students to kind of adopt. Because what happens is, you all come with a certain set of experience that others don't. Every student comes with their own set of experiences, understanding, which makes it very unique. You have your own family stories. You have your own friend circles, which create your own food memories. And it's very important to bring those memories out. It's very important to bring those food aspects out, because that is what is going to make your videos stand out, make it different, make your food stand out, and make it personal. Because the stories that you have are the stories that you have created, are the stories that you have lived. And it's very important to kind of bring that out, because that's where you bring your personality out. And that's very important. When I started working in the space of chocolates, today I train almost 17,500 farmers across India. Having said all of that, I did not love chocolates. I did not like chocolates at all. As a child, I've never enjoyed eating chocolate because I used to think it's extremely bitter. I used to think it's very funny. And look at it today where I am. When I was a child, I don't know how many of you have gone on my website and kind of tried to read about who I am and what I do beyond, what you see. There's a little piece that I've written about Mother Teresa, Saint Mother Teresa now. As a child, I was from St. Xavier's, and right next door was Missionaries of Charity of Kolkata, my Mother Teresa. And she happened to be there as a chief guest one evening. I ran through the crowd with a chocolate in my fist, and I offered to her. I said, "Mother, mother, mother, this is for you." And I was little. I was, I think, in the 4th or 5th standard. And, as kind as mother is, she took my hand, she wrapped it back for me. And she said, "This chocolate, my child, will change your life one day." And see how the power of the universe just kind of hears it all. And today I'm known as a Prince of Chocolates. I'm known as a chef, as a chocolatier, as somebody who does so much in the space of chocolates. I have my own brand of chocolate, which I serve to possibly every dignitary across the globe. So that's how it just kind of starts working for you. But it's very important for you, like I said, to chart your milestone, because that is going to make it very interesting. A few years back, I was awarded the national award. First time as a chef, second time as a chocolatier. I did my own Guinness World Record, which again was an experience in itself. And this is a record, or this is a milestone that again I chose for myself, because this is something that I wanted to do for myself. As a child, I had a Guinness World Record book, which was gifted to me by my father. And this is something that I wanted my name to be a part of. I wanted to be part of that magnum opus, part of that book. And that's what made it interesting. Because when I started working for myself, when I started charting my career, I had very categorically written Guinness World Record for myself. And look at where I am today. I am a Guinness World Record holder for myself. So that made it very important. So yeah, that's about me. You guys tell me if you all have any questions, if you all have any doubts, any queries, anything that you want me to tell you about the industry, please ask. You can go live if your college allows, or you can ask me questions and type them. Anything is fine.
You're on mute. I'll just unmute you. You can unmute now, sir.
I'm audible?
Yes. Yes, sir. You're audible now.
Yes. Thank you, Chef. Now I request our students to post questions in the chat box so that we have our celebrity chef to answer you. I hope we have some questions.
Sir, there is one question.
Yes.
It's like, what will be the new normal for the celebrity chefs post-COVID? This is from a student of our college.
Yes. You have to unmute chef.
Oh, okay. Just a minute.
1 minute.
Yes. I asked him to unmute.
Chef? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. You'll have to ask me that question again, because I kind of missed it.
Okay.
Because
1 minute,
kind of blanked out at my end.
Okay, I'll repeat it again. What will be the new normal for the celebrity chefs post-COVID?
Okay. we are all kind of working from home. So the new normal is shooting your own bit, being careful from wherever you are, being safe. We are in our mask. We are with no team currently. We're not visiting studios at all. At least I can say about myself, case in point, I'm not visiting any studio. I'm shooting from home with whatever kind of apparatuses we have or tools we have. For a change, I am shooting with my phone camera. I do not have a camera here because it's all in the studio. We do not even have tripod stands, so I'm kind of piling up books, keeping a few mugs, and kind of stabilizing the mobile phone, taking a few close shots so that food kind of looks candid and it looks good. But that's about it. So that is currently the new normal. Apart from videos, again, as a celebrity chef, you get a lot of brand engagements, a lot of brand opportunities to be part of. Today, the brands have also become sensitive when it comes to all these things. So they kind of understand the reservations. A lot of marketing plans have changed in the industry, especially when it comes to working from home, especially in the food space. So that is currently the new normal is how I can put it up. I don't personally call it the new normal because I think we've always taken care of ourselves. We've always taken that kind of precaution. Especially when it comes to me, I've always used the sanitizer. For me to use a sanitizer is not a new thing. For me to wash my hands 20 times a day is not a new thing. So for me it is always been this way. I've always kept a distance. With people, even in the studios and things like that. Of course, interaction is one thing. Because I'm a public person, I love interacting with people, so that's a complete different aspect. But when it comes to shaking hands 10 times a day and going and hugging people 10 times a day and things like that, these are these little aspects that you've always been careful about because for various reasons. But that's about it. So that, I think, is a new normal, and yeah, that's about it from on that.
Right, sir. Thank you, Chef. We have a next question popped up.
Yes, please.
Dear Chef, please share your industrial exposure training and some motivation to the students regarding overcoming few hurdles during the training.
Okay.
It's a lovely question and it's a need of the hour.
Absolutely. Industrial training, let me tell you, boys and girls, is a very, 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 very important aspect of a student life. Because I call it the deciding factor for every student, because that is where you actually decide what you really, really, really want to do. Now, if you've heard my conversation a little while back, what did I say? I said parents, teachers will take care of you to a certain level. But once you are thrown in the industry, you are all on your own. You are fishing on your own. You are swimming deep sea on your own. Industrial training is one of those little pools that is created for you to kind of understand what your industrial life is going to be like. Industrial training. Why is it called industrial training? Because you are literally getting ready for the industry, which is very important. Don't take it like a training program. Take it like a learning experience. Take it like an experience that is going to teach you, that's going to actually mold you to kind of understand which department, which section, which food, which cuisine, which kind of people you want to, hang around with. What do you want to kind of add to your portfolio? What do you want to kind of add to your profile? What do you want to be known as? Do you start finding affinity towards Italian cuisine, or towards German cuisine, or towards Indian cuisine, or towards tandoor, or towards halwai, or towards butcher, towards commissary, towards the salad section, towards the pasta section? There are various sections in a hotel kitchen. What do you kind of start liking? Which are the kind of people in a hotel that you start hanging around with? Because that immediately becomes your circle. That immediately becomes your world. I don't see it as a hurdle at all, unless you have it in your mind that you are getting used, you are getting tortured, you are getting abused when it comes to, working in the industry. Because everybody, remember one thing, everybody will look at you as extra hands and legs in the kitchen to begin with, because you also understand you don't come with the kind of experience currently that the hotel is looking for. You will have to grow up in that space. You will have to rise in with your experience to kind of let people know, let the chefs know, let your supervisors know that you are ready to take up the job, take up the opportunity. Till then, you will always get a menial job. But like I said, I started as a dishwasher. That was possibly a menial job in any kitchen hierarchy then and even today. But what did I do out of it? I made an opportunity out of it. I stood in that corner with the vessel, with the soap, with the detergent, and I made an opportunity out of it. I started learning the fondue section. Standing in one corner, I started looking at what the boy is doing, what the chef is doing. When is the garlic getting rubbed? When is the cherry liquor getting added? Which cheeses are going in? When is wine going in? How much is he mixing? What is the consistency? What is the texture? Now, as a student, I was in the first year of hotel school. As a student, there was no way I would get an opportunity to work in a fondue section every evening for a year, for 365 days, without a weekly off. Now, because I made an opportunity out of this, you may not get an opportunity of working in the fondue section because it's not the most coveted dish in India. But you may get to work in a sizzler section, you may get to work in a pasta section, you may get to work in a tandoor section. Now you imagine and you think, keep your hand on your chest, keep your hand on your heart and think, are you ready to start working in a tandoor section right now? You are not. What will a tandoor chef expect from you? He will expect you to lap naan in a tandoor, make marinations, skewer them, bring them out at the right time, barbecue them perfectly, putting in masala, you make know how to make masala. Every hotel, every restaurant may not buy a ready-made chaat masala. Some of them may want you to make your own chaat masala, right? So these are these little things, don't take these as hurdles at all. Take these as learning experiences. You may get frustrated, you may get dejected, but we've all gone through that. Yeah. So take this as an experience, take it as a milestone, take it as a chart and just jump into it. Don't worry at all. This industry is very loving, very caring. Every evening after your work hours, trust me, you'll have a group to fall back upon from your kitchen and you'll all have stories to tell. Trust me on that.
Thank you, Chef. It was wonderful answered very well. I hope with your answer, the industrial training is completed with a certificate. The next question for you, Chef. How much struggle does we wanted to face to become a celebrity chef? That is the question.
See, there are,
Question.
two people who have asked this similar question, so you can, combine it and tell.
Okay. See, struggle is in every space. It's in every industry. I don't, one thing, I would also want to highlight is, I conduct a lot of webinars. I conduct a lot of sessions with students across the globe. This is one question that is asked every time. I'm not running away from this question at all, ever, because this is a question that is asked by every student. I understand all of you want to become celebrity chefs. All of you want to have your own channels. All of you want to have your own shows. All of you want to show the world, how good you speak and how good you cook and how well you can connect. But being a celebrity is much beyond that. Let me tell you, being a celebrity chef is a huge responsibility. It is not about just applying makeup, wearing, the best of makeup, being in the studio, being in the arc lights, being pampered by your crew, just showing recipes and making them look glamorous on camera. Celebrity chef is not this. Being a celebrity chef is a huge responsibility, as much as an executive chef in a property. Well, an executive chef takes care of his team, he takes care of his staff, he takes care of the guests, he takes care of economics, he takes care of the science, he takes care of the commerce, he takes care of the arts, he takes care of the standards. The job of a celebrity chef is exactly the same. The only difference is it's a virtual medium. Today, I have a responsibility towards everybody who's watching my video. Now, imagine all of you are from Chennai. Y'all are there in Chennai. Y'all are studying in Chennai, maybe from different parts of the country, but you are all in Chennai. Filter coffee is your thing. It's your existence. It's your emotion. If me as Varun Inamdar, as a celebrity chef, imagine if I teach it wrongly, if I talk about things which are incorrect, would you have appreciated it sitting in Chennai? Somebody who drinks filter coffee almost every day, maybe 10 times in a day. Do you think you would have appreciated this conversation today? You may have not. That is what I'm trying to say. Being a celebrity chef is not about being in front of the camera and talking about a recipe. It's about connecting. It's about having a responsibility. It's about having an emotional connect. If I don't create that, I can't be successful. So that's the existence of being a celebrity chef. Now, is it difficult being one? It's very difficult being one because it requires constant learning. It requires constant traveling. It requires constant brushing up with knowledge. It's not about, oh, I am a celebrity chef and, I know it all. You can't teach me. It can never happen like that. Every day is going to be a learning. Every recipe is going to be a learning. Every cooking technique is going to be a challenge. Imagine if I'm connecting with someone in Tamil Nadu, I'm also connecting with someone in Rajasthan. I'm also connecting with someone in Sikkim. I'm also connecting with someone in Jammu and Kashmir. I'm also connecting with someone in Switzerland. I'm also connecting with someone in Peru. I'm also connecting with someone in Mexico. I'm also connecting with someone in Scandinavia. Internet has no boundaries. Remember that. Anybody from any part of the world, from any little piece, any dot on the planet can raise an objection for whatever you have done in the past. You may have done it 5 years back. You may have done it 10 years back. Somebody who is, say, a Mexican can raise an objection and say, hey, sorry, but we don't make a pico de gallo like that. We don't make a salsa like that. We don't make a guacamole like that. So it's a responsibility. Remember that.
Thank you, Chef. Just to add on this, yesterday night you posted a dish on Bori cuisine.
Yes.
Which we were not learned in the college. So
Sure.
like that, you have done everything in a great experience. We just saw the video. It's just last night, the latest video which you put on the Bori cuisine. Something very interesting. What you said is absolutely true. Thank you so much for answering. And we have a next a wonderful question.
Sure.
From MV Lakshmi Narayanan. And
Okay.
Do you feel satisfied with who you are now, and do you want to achieve more? That is the question.
Oh, of course. You can never be satisfied with what you've done. And this is not with me. This could be a dilemma of any creative person. The day you get complacent about it, the day you feel, oh, I've achieved it all, I think you should just pack your bags and go to your homeland. You should go to your farmhouse and you should just relax and chill. Or you should just take your backpack and leave on a worldly travel. Because if you think you've achieved it all, then I think the Himalayas are calling you. I think you should just pack your bags and go. You can never wrap your career in a milestone. It has to be a constant learning. Every day is a milestone. Every day is a learning. Remember that. You can never be satisfied. And if you're satisfied, time to pack your bags, guys and girls.
Thank you, Chef. Next question we have from TJ Sai Lakshmanan, who have made this promo video for you.
Okay.
You have served to the planet most prestigious people. Please share your experience, mainly serving Barack Obama. That is the question.
How sweet. Anyway, if you would have left a choice to me to answer this question and choose one person, I would have chose Barack Obama only because he's such a wonderful human being. I've met him 3 times in my life, and I'm very happy and privileged that he calls me by my first name, which makes it very interesting. Imagine Mr. Barack Obama calling you by your first name. It just cannot get bigger than that, right? The first time when I met the man, it was quite a mysterious condition in which I met him. I was, of course, one of the chosen people to cook for him and to kind of be with his coterie of people and with his army of people that, kind of move around with him. But having said that, it was very strict for us to not meet him. Just stay at a distance cook for him. If there's a doubt, go and answer the question, but that's about it. But you will not speak with the man. Now, milestones, dreams, like I said about, you have to be a little cheeky when it comes to cracking your dreams. So, of course, everybody harbors that dream of interacting with the Barack Obama. So, we were hiding and we saw him coming. And we thought we were hiding, but we were not, because the man spotted us and he came like this very close and he said, "You come here." So I thought I lost my job, because we were very clearly said that you're not going to meet him, you're not going to be there, and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But he was a very kind man. So he just put his hand around my shoulder and he said, "So chef, what have you cooked for me?" So I told him, "Sir, I've cooked this. And I took him around the buffet and I showed him that, this is what is specially cooked for you. So he just asked me a very simple question. He said, "Chef, if there's that one thing that you would want me to eat from the entire layout, what could it be?" So I picked up a piece of chocolate and I popped it in his mouth, which kind of took the complexity to another level, because here you are not allowed to meet him, and here you're feeding him with your bare naked hands. And he's a president of the United States of America. So it's very difficult. So the next day, of course, after the Obamas left and things like that, but Obamas were very kind, because he also immediately looked at Michelle and said, "Hey, Michelle, you need to wake up in the morning and you need to learn this tomorrow, whatever he's made." So I got very excited, and, we had prepped everything. You never know. Suddenly you get a call and say, Michelle Obama wants to learn how to make this, that, blah, blah, blah. So we were very scared. We had kind of, wrapped everything and packed everything and kept everything ready. Of course, it didn't happen for good, because I would have definitely lost my job, because I don't know to what level that, connection would have gone. But next day after the Obamas left, I was called to the office. And I just kind of kept my ears shut, because my boss was going on and on and on and on and on about how I've breached protocol and this and that and blah, 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 blah. But nevertheless, my dream was accomplished, so I anyway didn't care. But nevertheless, a fax came, and immediately the fax read that, "Thank you very much for the hospitality and this and that and blah, blah, blah." Moreover, we're very happy that Varun cooked for us, and, he took care of our family so well. Very nice, very thankful always. So that kind of, became a very, very, very big statement that came from the Obamas. Having said that, Mumbai had the terrorist attacks in 2008. And 2010 is when the Obamas came for the second time. And I was very clearly told by my hotel that, I'm not supposed to be seen in the vicinity because of whatever had happened in 2007. So I was chilling in my locker room, and I was like, yeah, it's okay, let the Obamas come. So what I've been asked not to meet. I won't go. I still remember my boss came running to the executive locker room and said, Varun, come fast. The Obamas have asked for you. The Obamas have asked for you. So I looked at him. I said, "What nonsense you talking?" So he said, no, I'm very serious. He walked into the hotel and the first person he asked about was you. So, you have to come up, change quickly and come up quickly. And, so I was very excited. I went up. Barack Obama comes to me and he hugs me. And he said, "Gentlemen, how are you? I'm so proud and I'm so happy that you are still here. So what have you cooked for us today?" And I had no clue what's on the buffet, what's on the menu, because I was very clearly kept away from this. But nevertheless, I picked it up because I'm a very quick learner. I'm a very fast learner. So I picked up the menu, which was on the cards, very quickly. And yeah, that was that. And yeah, then I met him again in a little later. So that was my experience with the man. Very, very, very funny, insightful, a memory for me for a lifetime, for sure. And I'm very happy you asked this question.
Thank you for your love. Yes, thank you for lovely sharing, Chef. We have a next question. During this quarantine period, how one can prepare himself to hone the skill record for being better than others?
See, primarily it's very important to keep reading, because that's going to be one of the biggest cutting edges. Quarantine is the time which has been literally thrown upon you. And, it's best you kind of deploy this time to your own benefit, to your own learning, to your own education. Pick up books. There are several books online that you can pick. If you have certain books with you currently, you can do that. I should also, tell you, boys and girls, that you are very lucky that you are living in the times of Google, because there is so much on the internet, there is so much on YouTube, there's so much on OTT platforms, there's so much on television that you can learn and pick. Unfortunately, in the times where we were studying and we were learning, we did not have so much. We did not have Google, we did not have the internet so much. We used it to the bare minimum of having an email ID and not knowing what to do with it. I still remember we had a Rediff email ID, and we had a presence on Orkut, which we thought was the only way of connecting with friends and nothing beyond that. But today, 18 years down the line, there is so much. But having said all of that, do not trust the knowledge that is on the internet blindly. Always verify it with some verified sources, with some bankable sources, because that is also something that you are going to learn and you're going to talk about to others. So, be very careful about what you kind of say, because like I said, responsibility is a very big thing. You have a responsibility today towards every person who comes in your connect. So remember that. So in today's times, I think just go ahead, learn, pick up a few books, pick up a few cuisines that you've never kind of learned, pick up a few recipes that you never thought you could ever make them in your homes, see what's there, see what's not there, see what's available, see what's not there, and change the recipes. If a recipe calls for sweet potato, make it with a potato. Get a close relative or a close cousin of that recipe, at least attempt it, so that you know when you have to actually make it with the real ingredients or with the main ingredients, the taste, flavor. Always remember, you got to know the rule to break the rule. Remember that. So if you don't have certain few ingredients now, at least try and learn the technique right, get the cooking process right, get the procedures right. And once you have the ingredient, you know what techniques are. So, just kind of apply them there. Very simple.
Thank you so much, Chef. Now there is another question.
Sure.
This seems interesting. How it is different being a specialty chef or mastering on a particular foreign cuisine than being an executive chef?
Oh, it's not at all difficult, let me tell you, because see, you're not supposed to know everything. Let me also tell you that, by creating that kind of a benchmark for yourself, you're being too aspirational, because every home in the world has its own cuisine. Don't go by the bigger words like Indian and Italian and French and German and Chinese and American. It's not that. Every home in Italy has its own cuisine. Every home in India has its own cuisine. So remember that every pot that a mother is stirring or a grandmother is stirring is a cuisine in itself. If you are making a sambar, there are so many in the world making a sambar. Whose sambar masala is correct? Whose is incorrect? What is the origin of a sambar? Is it a Maharashtrian dish? Is it a South Indian dish? Is it a dish from Tamil Nadu? Is it a dish from Tanjavur? Is it a dish from the Maratha rule in Tanjavur? It's huge. Which vegetables do you add? Which do you avoid? Why is tamarind going in a sambar? Why is it not going in a sambar? Why is carrot being added in a city like Mumbai? Originally, why is carrot not being added? So there are zillions of questions and there are zillions of answers to everything. So don't get into mastering a cuisine. Do what you do best. If you are making a sambar, make it the best sambar you can ever make. Don't get into comparing it with a sambar from Chennai and a sambar from Mysore and a sambar from Bangalore and a sambar from Kerala and a sambar from Mumbai or a sambar from Singapore or a sambar from Kuwait. It's all going to be different. Make what you make and make it the best. Simple. Follow that principle and that will never fail you.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef. We have another question. Chef, as today's world, many of them are really fond of cakes and savories. But according to you, because of the current scenario, how about the entrepreneurs who are into this bakery and confectionery line come out of these difficulty to start up again? What can you be do to attract people again? That is a question. Quite a
It's a
big
very
question.
interesting question which cannot have a single answer. Like I say, everybody has their own struggles. Everybody has their own fight to put up. Everybody will have their own answers. Everybody will have their own solutions to the fight that they're putting up with. Nobody can give a block answer to a situation like this because there is no single answer. Having said all of this, there are so many entrepreneurs which are currently working from home who have changed their entire lifestyle and have adopted home practices when it comes to things like these. When it comes to bakery pastry, I know a lot of people who have started making baking things from home, who have started building up cakes from home. We should at least be happy that the pandemic has given us a professional reason to kind of up our entrepreneurship skills. We have modulated everything to a home style. We have modulated everything to a style which is here to stay. We have taken care of our resources. We have moved out of the resource zone. We have taken everything in our own stride. We have started creating everything on our own. We were dependent on a lot of people. Today, in a lot of ways, we are independent people. We are independent entrepreneurs, which kind of is a huge responsibility. Make the best of this, because today this pandemic, maybe tomorrow another pandemic, maybe day after another pandemic, you never know. How many pandemics do we run and chase? How many pandemics do we defend? How many pandemics do we put a fight to? Are we ready? Are we not ready? Will we ever be ready to face another crisis? You never know. So be ready, be agile, be ready to kind of move. Agility is a very, very, very big reason for you to stay in this industry. The moment you become stable, it'll end up a lot of things for you. So stability versus agility. Be agile. You'll always keep moving. You'll always keep thinking ahead. So do that. Don't get stuck.
Thank you, Chef. And we have a student from second year, Varshini Srinivasan. She wants to become a chef, and she has a different. We need to tell her she has a different note. After doing her bachelor's degree, she wants to teach cookery to the mentally retarded people. That was
Sure.
her aim. That is why she's doing the course. And she has a lovely question: what good qualities should a chef possess?
The biggest quality that I think a chef should have is being empathetic. The moment you understand the needs, the chef will just mold it accordingly. Of course, you have to be skilled, you have to be knowledgeable, you should know your task, you should know your job, you should know your cuisine, you should know your work. You should be good to your team. You should know, how to be a team player. All that aside, what comes right on top is your ability to be empathetic. By saying this, I mean to say that you need to step into the shoes of others to understand what their needs are. Once you understand what their needs are, only then you can become a provider. Remember that. And I'm very happy that, at your age, you're thinking about things like these, because things like these don't come so easily. Thoughts like these don't cross a human mind so easily unless you're empathetic. So you are on the right track, and I think you will achieve it. And my wishes, my blessings for that.
Thank you so much, Chef. And I hope with your blessings, like how Mother Teresa has told you, gave a chocolate, the same wishes also passes to Varshini Srinivasan too. And she's a very reliable and very committed student of our institute. Thank
Very nice. Very
you
nice.
so much, Chef. And it also carries to her. Yes. And we have yet another question. Chef, which cuisine is your cup of tea?
No cuisine. And I'm sure in the next another 40 years, no cuisine will be my cup of tea. It can never be. It can never be. You can say that, okay, you kind of know a little more of Indian, a little less of Italian, a little more of Chinese, a little less of German, but no cuisine can be your cup of tea. Let me assure that to you. And if, like I said, the moment you start feeling that, pack your bags, move to the Himalayas. The Himalayas are calling.
Yes. Chef, thank you so much, Chef. And we have our director, Dr. Anthony Ashok Kumar, has joined us for this webinar. And our director is on the
Yes.
line. And
Good
before
afternoon, sir.
director address, we'll yes, before director address, we'll take one more question, sir.
Sure.
Director, sir, can we go with one more question, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
please. Go
please.
ahead. Thank you, David.
Sir, which is the difficult cuisine in the basics of your presentation for the plating
I think
or your food?
Indian cuisine is possibly one of the most complex cuisines in the world. Nobody can master it. Nobody has mastered it. Nobody will ever master it because it is so complex. It is possibly one of the oldest cuisines in the world. We have documentations of Indian cuisine in the Rig Vedas, in the Vedas, Rig Veda to begin with, which is possibly the oldest Veda. It's the oldest manuscript in the world. Just let me give you a example of what I'm saying. Rice in the Rig Veda is called Brihi, B-R-I-H-I, Brihi. Tell me one cuisine in the world which is documented for the last so many years, and I think Indian is just there. It's going to be the cuisine for the world to follow, and take it from me, the world is going to wake up to the Indian food, Indian cuisine, because the more we kind of talk about it, the more we elaborate on it, the more we kind of dig it, the deeper it gets. So yeah, Indian food for me.
Thank you so much, Chef. And we also should be very proud to be an Indian for giving us the answer. And I hope we have another question. How to become a Michelin star? That is a question that's come from a student.
Which star? I didn't get that.
A Michelin star restaurant.
Michelin
How do you...
star. Okay, so see, Michelin star is it's a recognition, but more than a recognition, it's a responsibility of serving standardized food in a standardized environment, in a standardized way. There's a way for everything. It is about standardizing every process, every product, every stage of food making, food serving of a food experience. Getting a Michelin star is a very difficult process, but yeah, if your standards are there, you'll achieve it one day. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Chef. And we have our director there. And for our director's note, sir, our chef, our celebrity chef, Mr. Varun Inamdar, has done a wonderful session for our students of the city campus, for all the attendees. And he has a notable achievement, sir. And he has been served Barack Obama, Sachin Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, and he has been done a lovely service and cooked with them. And Barack Obama knows him very well by his name, sir, our director, sir. And Pope Francis has presented him, because of his cooking, he has presented him rosary beads to him for his achievement. And the government has also awarded for Eat Right India. He's an ambassador for us, presented national award by the Narendra Modi. And such a lovely person we have today, sir. And we have to definitely thank you, our director, sir, for accepting the invitation. And we have such a notable person. Now we leave it to our director, sir, to exchange your views. And our director is like every institute will have a vision and a mission. Dr. Anthony Ashok Kumar has also has a mission and a vision, and without this intermission, this institute has completed 25 glorious years with only possible of our director, Dr. Anthony Ashok Kumar. Sir, over to you, sir, and a very pioneer in the field of hospitality.
Thank you,
Good
David.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, Chef Varun. Really, it's a young, vibrant Indian chef, culinary chef. Really, I hats up to you. You're a Guinness record holder, and you achieved a national award. You have been serving the top heads of the country, Barack Obama and Prime Minister of our country. That's that's a culinary doesn't have a boundary. That shows that you've made a benchmark, chef. Really, our students are really they are gifted to have you today morning. I'm also I just on and off I've seen it, but I would like to see it. Maybe my David would have recorded. I will have to I will go through it, and it's a lovely person which I met today by screen, chef, and if time permits, if you are traveling to south or we travel to your place, that we will meet and we will have an association with you, chef. It's the people like you, the celebrity chefs, interacting with the students, the future students, future budding chefs. They are more benefited by your motivational speeches and seeing the knowledge. You are sharing the knowledge with them. It is even the regular classes, you cannot share the knowledge like this. One way there is a blessing in disguise that COVID has brought you in the screen to the student fraternity to have it in the SRMIST management. Hats off to you, chef. Really, I bow down to you in front of you. Really, you have this young age. You have created so much of achievement and talents. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure of seeing you.
Thank you. Very kind of you,
So
sir.
with this note, yes, sir. With this note, after the director, sir, on the YouTube channel, he has have a viewership of 280 million viewers. He has been achieved, and in the world, he stands in the third top culinary chef on the YouTube channel.
Wonderful to have an Indian chef, placing a record on the country.
Thank you so
It's
much,
proud
sir.
for our
So
country.
let me quickly correct. That has become 533 in the times of COVID.
Oh, great! That's wonderful, wonderful.
It's almost doubled now.
Oh, great! That's great. You're hero of the nation, one of the hero of the nation.
Thank you so much, sir. Very kind of you.
Pleasure to have you with us today.
And I hope I can travel soon so I can meet you in person.
Please,
And I hope I can, I can have a live session with the students in a class.
Most welcome, most welcome. You tell us the date, we will bring you here. That's
absolutely, sir. Let all of this settle down. I'll be the first one to pick my call and speak with you.
Thank you. Very nice of you. Very nice of you.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, David, once again. Thank you all the students who are watching today morning program, and especially once again I thank the chef sparing his time today morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, we on behalf of SRM Institute of Hotel Management, City campus, on behalf of our director, Dr. D. Anthony Ashok, we give you a million thanks to you for bringing you and accepted our invitation a very short notice. Sir, actually, we've sent a small mail to him, sir, requested to do something. And the moment his secretary, Mr. Manoj, has contacted us, and he told they will definitely do it for us, sir. Okay. Thank you so much. And some of our parents of our students also are watching the event. We are very happy and fortunate to have you on this wonderful platform, sir. We have to thank our director, and also we need to thank our chef. And we need to thank all our faculty members and students for attending on this great morning. And so we had a very great learning in this morning, sir.
Thank you so much,
sir.
I just hope I added some more value to your professionalism. And thank you so much for all the time that you kind of took out to create this entire webinar. And we need more heads of departments like you to kind of initiate this. So thank you very much, David, for doing this. And God bless you. God bless you. I hope I meet you very soon.
Hope to see you soon.
You take care. Thank you, students. Thank you, parents. Thank you, Anthony, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you, ma'am, for being such a wonderful conductor of everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.